Well, folks, happy St. Patrick's Day. Today we're going to be working on something quite a bit different than usual. Inside this box is what I believe to be a Class 139 by Jouef. It's an Irish Department of Transportation locomotive, and these things are incredibly rare, but surprisingly a few months ago I was browsing eBay and I stumbled across one. Now what's interesting about it is not only is it based on an Irish state railway locomotive, but it was also made in Ireland, which is surprising. I had no idea up until now Ireland even had a model train manufacturing industry, especially from a French manufacturer, but apparently they did. So I bought this thing, and supposedly it's not in working order, so we're going to try to fix it up, which I think should be very fitting as a St. Patrick's Day special. So here is the locomotive, and compared to most of the stuff I've worked on, this is quite a bit different. You can see the wheelbase is quite short. Looks like we've only got two-wheel drive on it. Power pickups in the front, and you can see right there where the country of origin is. So anyways, we'll take this thing over to the track and see if it will do anything. Let's see if this locomotive has the luck of the Irish in terms of firing up. Okay, well that already seems concerning. It doesn't have any traction, but let's see if the motor will at least start. Absolutely nothing, and it's not gripping the track at all. So the seller certainly was not kidding around with this one. What I find really strange is how it's not gripping the track, because you can see right here, the wheels are locked in, they're not freewheeling, so that is already kind of odd in itself, but let's try to open this locomotive up and see what's going on inside. Now, see we've got two main tabs here. It looks like these are also connected to the frame, so we'll try to, I guess, lift them all out on one side and then get the other. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, this is definitely different than usual. Look at these wires. It's not seized and the windings look good, so that's a positive sign. Let's try maybe getting some leads here and see if we can just get some power directly on the motor. Now, it appears the locomotive only picks up power from these four wheels, and if I'm honest, the contacts didn't look great, so it's possible that that's the issue. Let's see here. Oh. Well, that's good. Yeah, this motor's got lots of life in it. Kind of concerned we're going to have to dig into those brushes there, but I think that it's going to be fine. So, yeah, I guess we got to get that soldered back on there. I got to figure out why these wheels are not making contact. I don't think this weight is just supposed to be completely free in here, too. It looks like at some point there was a screw. So I'm guessing I'm not the first person to have opened this locomotive up. So let's take everybody's favorite soldering iron here and try to get that back on there. That should do. Those two wheels are definitely locking the locomotive, so I wonder if maybe this weight just being loose in there was somehow jamming this up a little bit, because if you lift that, it could suspend those wheels. Let's see if I can figure something out and get that back into place. I find this all very strange, because it doesn't look like a screw was ever tapped into this plastic, and I kind of wonder if maybe a light is actually supposed to go in there. See if this shell is supposed to be kind of like fiber optic. Maybe I just kind of think that that weight might block it. I guess the idea is maybe just the pressure of the plastic is supposed to hold that in place, because if you connected these two parts together, I don't know how you would negotiate it around the motor. I might put some universal motor mount around the bottom here just so that this weight doesn't pop out of place again. Maybe the wires for the light actually go through the weight, and then the bulb just kind of sits here as that goes over. It would make sense, because the heat of the bulb can't really melt the metal. I'll just Dremel that out a bit. Seems pretty good. I'm sure there are some people out there too probably thinking it'd be a better idea to, drill this out a bit so the light can go further in there. And that's not a bad idea practically, but I really hate working with lead and I don't want to disturb it. Okay, with all that sorted out, I think I'm going to try to focus in on the gearbox here. I'm guessing you just pull these and they'll just kind of pop out. Yep. Just go give this a clean with some soapy water there, and I think it will be mint. I think that's looking a fair bit better. Get some fresh grease on there next. Now, this is a bit of a helix gear, so I don't know if this is the correct way to put it in, but we'll find out soon enough. I think that should be good. Sounds like the motor could use a bit of oil as well. I'm quite happy with that. So I think at this point, focus on cleaning up the rear wheels, because those contacts and even the wheels themselves could certainly use some cleaning. Also do some work on the shell, because this thing has certainly, seen better days. I don't know if somebody put some stickers on this or what the case is, but it's not good. Oh man, look at these contacts. Those would not bring in too much power, I'd reckon. Just look at the difference. And now we'll move on to trying to clean up this shell right here. Well, I'll let this thing dry for a while, and I think it's actually looking pretty good. I wouldn't say it looks like $1,000,000, because I suspect this was made on a Friday, but maybe $100 would be fair. So, try to throw this back on here. Now, of course, I need to align this bulb correctly. See if I can just kind of negotiate that all together. Nice. Well, let's take this thing over to the track and see if it will run. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's about 100 times better than it was before. It's got reverse, no problem. Let's check in on the slow speed. It's not the slowest locomotive I've seen, but it's running consistently, and that's actually not half bad for a locomotive with a 3-pole. Now, I don't have much in the way in terms of Irish rolling stock, but I think I should at least throw some tanked cars behind it. Well, I've got to say, I'm quite surprised by how well this thing runs. I would have thought with that 4-wheel contact system that it wouldn't be very smooth, but it's actually pretty good, so it must have some luck of the Irish in it or something. I don't really know, but either way I think I'll head out, because me and the family do have a little bit of Irish heritage, so to celebrate St. Patrick's Day we'll have an Irish boil and probably watch Waking Ned Divine, which if you haven't seen that movie I highly recommend it. It's very entertaining. It is a 90s indie film, so you have to cut it a little bit of slack, but it's still one of my favorite all-time movies. Anyways, happy St. Patrick's Day everyone.